Okay, so there's the swarm that I caught last night, or yesterday. Not a swarm, it's a cutout from yesterday. They're still bearding pretty well. Of course, that bucket right there is full of uncapped honey and nectar and the comb that I'm just letting them clean out. I don't necessarily always open feed, but as you can see, I've got several colonies right here in the backyard, as it were. I don't want to encourage robbing. Most of the activity around that is right from that hive. That's why it's put there. But I had several people ask me about my vacuum setup. This is probably the simplest. I've got a bush kill type box system. It works great. It's just very cumbersome. This one is simply 2 5-gallon buckets. What I did was I drilled a hole. That is 1.5 inch conduit. And I affixed that 1.5 inch conduit into the bottom of one of the buckets. And this is where you would attach your vacuum. Okay, just a regular, I've got a 6 horsepower shop vac that plugs right into that. And I prefer it because of the small hose. I don't think there's really any true benefit in the great big hose, and for me it's just a little more cumbersome to work with. I kind of like the small hose, and I can have as much of this going out. I can set the vacuum outside or away from where I'm working, just to get away from the noise. So let me set this down here just a second and pop it apart. And this is what the inside of the vacuum bucket does. That's as much as you have to do to that bucket right there. Okay, well, this is the meat and potatoes of the whole system, and that's your inner bucket. This is what catches your bees. All right, and all I did was I cut a window in the bucket, put screen wire, and I'd use the wire, not the fiberglass kind. They can chew through that, but they're not going to be in there long enough to do that. On the inside, what I did was I hot glued it and then covered it with Gorilla Tape. And I did that on both sides. Lots of ventilation. When you're done vacuuming, you can take this out, set it down. They've got lots of ventilation. For the lid, again, 1.5 inch conduit, and I don't know if you can see this or not. There is that's screen wire, and again I've hot glued it. And this the wonderful thing about this is how you control your vacuum. Okay, this is another piece of Gorilla Tape. If I need more vacuum, more suction, I cover up more of the hole. If I need less, I cover up less of the hole. It's that simple. That snaps tight onto there. I had to wrap a little Gorilla Tape around the hose. That fits tightly in there. That goes on there. Turn your vacuum on, and you can suck bees. When you're done, I normally have a piece of the screen wire. I can just pop that out, leave the vacuum running. Okay, plug this hole. You can take this right out simply, right? And I have more than one catch bucket, so that if I have a particularly large cutout, I don't have to jam pack all the bees in one location. I can give them lots of room for ventilation. Hope that helps.